How did the Titanic sink? The Titanic hit an iceberg which caused it to sink. An iceberg is a really big piece of ice floating in the sea. Icebergs can be bigger than houses. Most of an iceberg can't be seen because it is underwater. On the Titanic's first journey, the water was really cold, and so there were icebergs in the sea. One night, the ship hit an iceberg and it made a very big hole. The Titanic began to fill with water. As the Titanic started to sink, people began to get into lifeboats. The problem was, there weren't enough lifeboats for everyone on board the Titanic. And when some of the lifeboats were launched, they were not full. There were 20 lifeboats in total, enough for 1,178 people, but there were over 2,000 people on the boat. Originally 32 boats were supposed to be on the Titanic, but it was reduced to 20 as the deck was felt to be too cluttered. A few hours after the Titanic hit the iceberg, it sank to the bottom of the sea. The people in the lifeboats waited in the freezing cold to be rescued. Titanic also carried 3,500 lifebelts and 48 life rings, but these were useless in the icy water. Most people did not drown but froze to death. The passengers in the lifeboats were taken to New York in the USA, and the crew were taken to Plymouth in the UK. There are many theories as to why so many people died. Many people believe it was Captain Smith's fault for ignoring several iceberg warnings from his crew, as well as nearby ships. However, there are other theories on who was at fault, such as the shipmakers for not using good quality materials. The managing director, Bruce Ismay, who said that the ship could not slow down for any reason in order to meet the scheduled 6-day journey. The ship's architect, Thomas Andrew, for poor design of the watertight compartments. And a captain of a nearby ship, Stanley Lord, who was a captain of a ship named Californian. He turned off his radio that night and failed to respond to distress rockets in the sky, concluding that the Titanic was having a party. So who was at fault? The American inquiry concluded that Captain Smith should have slowed down the speed of the boat in icy weather. However, the British inquiry concluded that keeping up speed in icy weather was common practice. Both inquiries agreed that Captain Stanley Lord of the Californian was at fault. If he had gone to the Titanic's assistance when the rockets were first fired, everyone would have been saved. Where is the Titanic now? For many years, people didn't know where the Titanic had sunk. People went deep sea diving to try and find the ship. The wreckage was discovered in 1985 by a French and American expedition. A man called Robert Bullard found the Titanic. He discovered that the ship had broken in half, nearly 2,000 feet apart. Unfortunately, the wreckage is too deteriorated to raise from the ocean floor, so the Titanic will forever continue to rust at the bottom of the ocean. We hope you have enjoyed learning about the Titanic today. Make sure to check out some of our other videos on our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.